Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. Of course, this is Pro Wrestling Logic. Over 1,900 episodes available. This is the January 30th, 1982 edition of the program, and we continue with this. We will be starting the Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling series within the next few days, maybe even today, depending on what my schedule looks like. I don't really know, but Ivan Putski defeating Charlie Fulton 255 with a Polish hammer. Putski coming back for what seems like maybe a third run, something like that, in the territory, and trying to get as much out of the run as he possibly can. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Good thing to do, smart thing to do. But Putski certainly, not going to write books on technical wrestling. Punch, kick, very basic maneuvers. Body slam, and eventually the Polish hammer. Polish hammer does get over quite a bit here during this era of the wrestling war. Well, I wouldn't even say wrestling wars. Wrestling foray into building a future for Putski. Putski, obviously a major star in the 70s and early 80s, and proving that here. Then we move to a run with Jimmy Snuka with Captain Lou Albano defeating Frank Williams 333 with a diving headbutt. Snuka, of course, coming into the promotion at the time in a pretty, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily say the greatest of situations, but Snuka obviously such a major force in the next 2 or 3 years. Think about the fact that Jimmy Snuka, when you think about it, is really only a force in the WWF or WWF for about, I don't know, maybe 82, 83, 45, gone by 85, and not a force really. By the time 89 rolls around, he's kind of an afterthought. But a 4-year run is what he's known for, and actually gone early 85. So about 3 years of major run there. And then, of course, just kind of interesting from the perspective of looking at a guy, in a meaningful manner there, and kind of getting where he can, what he can, and ultimately, it's intense. Anyway, Snuka comes out with Captain Lou Albano and remains with Albano for a good bit of time. Shrinks down or sinks down into out of some leopard skin pants. Punch kick, very basic stuff by Snuka. Snuka, known for the flying, known for the savagery, as it were, lots of punching, kicking, basic stuff, double back chops and the like. Snuka then, of course, going for the top rope Superfly Splash. Not really having been given a major run here, but we kind of get that top rope splash that Snuka becomes known for. Of course, he kind of picks up later in 82, turning against Captain Lou Albano and having a mind of his own. We move to the next in the series of matches, and we go to the, let's see here, Intercontinental Champion Pedro Morales defeating Executioner 303 with a sunset flip. Not exactly major move. Not even sure necessarily that I know for 100% certain who is under the Executioner mask. Of course, Executioner is a major, team eventually here. Punch, kick, basic stuff. Morales trying to get the mask off, doesn't get all he wants on that. Executioner takes a punch to the referee. Sunset flip victory for the Intercontinental Champion in Morales. Obviously, more talk between Valentine and Morales is the next thing up, as Valentine doesn't want to take a backward step. Also, the Grand Wizard in a bit of a feathered hat fedora, so to speak, and that continues there. Valentine at the time, probably maybe the top heel in the area. I think that'd be believable for a lot of people in the 82, or this point in 82 anyway. Then we go into another in the series of matches. This time, the uh, Rick McGraw returning with Arnold Skaaland, odd pairing, defeating Jose Estrada. 744 with a small package. Of course, McGraw had been run off previous year by Killer Khan, going and working other territories for a little while. Estrada, not exactly a major challenge, but they draw 7 3/4 minutes out of the match. Hip toss is over by Estrada. Estrada kind of testing out McGraw after being gone for several months. Arm bars and arm lock rolls through by Estrada, and he manages to do everything he possibly can to get things going, including a front head scissors, and kind of rolling through that. Some laying on of front chanceries and the basic stuff there. Then we see attempted roll-ups, roll-throughs by none other than McGraw getting the victory in pretty closing fashion. Here, then we move to another in the match series. We move into Greg Valentine with the Grand Wizard defeating Barry Hart, submission, 521 with a figure 4 leg lock. Not sure that this match needs that much time, but it's here and it gets that much time. Valentine again having a lot of poise. Valentine again not really having any reason to assume that he doesn't have the authority. Takedowns, drop toe holds, punches, and the hammer style forearms, elbow smashes, forearm smashes by Valentine, much akin to what his father does. Sends him to the outside, arm bars by Valentine, eventually gets the figure 4 leg lock for the submission victory. Valentine virtually unstoppable at the time. Then we move to Classy Freddie Blassie presenting his charge. His charge in this particular foray against Mac Rivera is Jesse the Body Ventura. Ventura wearing a plumage-filled hat. Ventura has been successful. They team him up with Adrian Adonis a couple of times, but the majority of Ventura's run is obviously more basics. Punch kick, basic stuff. Ventura hits a shot into the throat and ultimately getting what he wants out of things. Up over the shoulders goes Ventura. Ventura also then getting a victory there. Then we, with the backbreaker over the shoulder, final match of the day, leading to be the Tony Atlas against Johnny Ross 404 submission with a bear hug. Atlas getting your victory there. Atlas continuing, showing a little bit of I don't know that I'd say technical ability, although reverse switch into a hammer lock and other basic maneuvers. Bear hug by Atlas is also a pretty big deal, and Atlas also having an armbar cinched in. Really, actually, more technical wrestling than Tony has been allowed to show to this point, and Tony Atlas is victorious going forward here, and we'll be back with more right after this.